Alright, welcome back to another Game Dev Club tutorial on game development. So last time we learned about booleans. You probably and how to use them and how to set them true, false. You're probably wondering how these are used and what purpose they serve. Well, today we're going to find out. So booleans are used in what's called conditional statements, and today we're also going to be talking about user input. So the project for today will be called Conditional Input. You can really name it whatever the hell you want. That's what I'm naming it. So we're going to do this. We're going to close all of these. We're going to make a new class. It's going to be called if example1. So I forgot to make this. Alright. Hold on. Gotta type this. So an if statement is a conditional statement that takes in a boolean. So let's see how they work. Boolean, oops, I cannot type. Bool 2. Bool 1 is equal to true. Bool 2 is equal to false. Alright, cool. So we have that, and it's very similar to our first Boolean example. It's literally almost identical code. But here we just print out true, false. So let's go here. If, so this is an if statement. It's an if, parentheses, and curly brackets. In the parentheses, you put in a boolean. So, bool 1. Let's make another one. If bool 2. So what this means is it looks at the boolean in here and just checks if it's true or not. So if bool 1 is true, then you do that. So let's have it do system.out a print ln. Let's have actual text here. The first boolean is true. Alright, let's copy this, paste it here. The second boolean is true. First boolean is true. Because bool 2 was false, it did not execute this code, it just ignored it. Let's look at the syntax of an if. An if, it says parentheses, curly brackets, you're keeping, you have to keep clean code, so that curly bracket ends that line. No semicolons, as like in all curly brackets. Everything inside your if statement is indented over 1, and then you have your closing curly bracket, which again takes up its own line. And then again, the if indentation, close curly bracket. I screwed up the indentation. There we go. So that's that. So you don't have to actually put a boolean that already is declared in here. Actually, so let's make a new class. Make it if. You can just put a statement there, if that's what you're wondering what I'm trying to say. So yeah. So let's make another. Let's make it text. And int y. And x is going to equal 7. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes that I took earlier. Y is equal to 2. Now if x is greater than y, if, wow, x is less than y. Alright, so we're going to put system.out.print ln 7 is greater than 2. Everything's wrong with this line. Less than. Or, oh, my notes is different. The first statement is true. The second statement is true. So let's see what happens. The first statement is true. It's because 7 is greater than 2, but 7 is not less than 2. So sometimes we want to sometimes we want to hold on, I'm looking at my notes. We want different things happening according to the Boolean. So let's have another example. So I'll explain what I mean in a second. I'm not really making much sense right now. You really have to see the code. I'm just gonna copy this. You can go ahead and do the same. So to do this, we invented the else if statement. The else if statement basically means that if the if statement from before is false, check if the statement is true. So we're gonna get this. An else statement actually breaks the rule of the curly bracket ending the line. It just kind of looks nicer if it looks like this. It looks like it belongs to this if statement. So here's where I do 7 is equal to 2. Alright. 7 is greater than 2. And then another one, else if x is not equal to y is not equal to 2. Alright, let's see what our output has. 7 is not equal to 2. Oh, this should be greater than. That's probably why I didn't do this one. There we go. 7 is greater than 2. Now, as you can see from our output, although both of these statements are true, 7 is not equal to 2 and 7 is greater than 2, it only executed the first one. That's because when the computer sees an if statement, it checks this, and it's false, then it goes to its first else if statement, then checks if it's true or false. Since it's true, it does this and then continues on. It completely ignores the rest of all the else ifs in the statement. So this one is completely ignored if this one is true. So sometimes all of these booleans are false. So say if we had it be, I can't think of a number that would work there. Wow, I pretty much quartered myself there. But sometimes the booleans are all false, but it's not in this case. So if example 4, give ourselves a main method. So we're gonna have a integer x, integer y. X is equal to 7, y is equal to 2. Alright. So if x is equal to y, just pretty much copy this. Else if x is less than y, 7 is less than 2. I know what I'm doing. Alright. Else if x is less than or equal to y, less than or equal to 2. Alright, and now all of these are false, so nothing's going to happen. If you run it, it stays the same. So to check if all of these are false, we're going to make an else statement, just else. If there's no if, it just pretty much, the else always comes at the very end of an if statement. You can't put else if x is greater than y. Can't do that. It won't like it. Syntax error, delete this token. Alright? And else always ends the if statement. So what the computer will do, or here, let me just, 7 is neither equal to, less than, or less than or equal to. See what happens. 7 is neither equal to, less than, or less than or equal to 2. So that's pretty much what it means. the boolean 1, boolean 2, boolean 3, none of them are true. The computer will see, alright, this is false, let's check the else if. This is also false, let's check the next else if. This is false, all of these are false, so let's see if there's an else. There is an else. Do what the else says. So yeah. So next we're going to actually learn about input now using the scanner class. The scanner class is a built-in class into Java. And so to do this, we will make a new class and we're going to call it scanner example. Alright, we're going to do something very new here. We're going to have to import our scanner. So Java util.scanner. Alright, I'll show you what all of this means soon enough. Let me just type this all out. A lot of future tutorials will be me typing out code and then me explaining it afterwards. So alright, so basically what all of this means, it's a lot of code, a lot of new code. Let's start off with import. Import, basically, you have a class, right? I'm going to close all these. Oops. You have a class, and it's called scanner example. And it's its own file, it's scannerexample.java. And it's going to do everything that's in this class. But a lot of times in object-oriented programming, you need stuff from other classes. So, in order to use those other classes, you have to tell Java to look for those classes. So this Java util scanner, what it means is it's going to look for the folder Java, and then go to the subfolder util, and go to scanner. Here we just have default package, so we don't actually see any of our own things. So, see if we can find, this is pretty much where the built-in classes are. This is scanner. There's no source attached to it. Anyway, so here we make scanner input. When you use another class within a class, it works a lot like a variable. It has the type, which is the name of the class that you're using, and then a name of that instance of that class, or in this case it's called a member, because when you make int x, it's a member of int. When you want to make an instance of that class, you make a new scanner. So basically when you make a member or you declare a variable, it's going to the CPU of the computer. When you make an instance of it, when you give it a value, it goes into the RAM of the computer. So input equals new scanner. So new basically means we're actually going to use it. It's actually going to exist now. We're going to do it. See what happens when there is no new. I know. Does it already say? Yeah. I'm going to say there should be a null pointer. Anyway, it is a null pointer. There's no, you didn't actually make it, you didn't actually give it a value. It's the same thing as just trying to print out x without this. The same error. Local variable needs to be initialized. So, yeah, let me clear the console. So yeah, you make a new, it takes in an argument, so, or parameters, so system.end basically just means, so the scanner, what it actually does is it's a class that can read text and give it to Java. So system.end means taking text from what the user has inputted into the console. Integer x is declaring the integer. Input.nextInt pretty much tells the computer to look for the next integer, scans the next token and input as int. So yeah, basically it looks for the next integer that the user has inputted. It outs the x, and then it closes it. It just pretty much just closes it. Just pretty much means to clear it from the RAM. So let's run it. As you can see, it's not terminated. It's waiting for me to input something. So let's put in 5. 5. So yeah, the input is green, and the output is black. So let's try to put in something else. Jose. It's an error. So the input mismatch exception pretty much means it was looking for an integer, it got a string. Let's try putting a decimal. 3.0. Same problem. So you have to put in the type that it asks for. So if you put in double here, you change this to double. Next double, you can put in 3.1415. But we're doing integers for now. Alright, cool. So there comes within this place x and input goes. Alright. So let's combine everything we know about booleans, if statements, and the scanner class. We're going to make a small program that evaluates your age when you input it. Now I'm going to type out that program. And again, I'm just going to explain it once I'm done. So name is going to be called age input. It's going to run something. So again, we're going to import java.util scanner input input equals new scanner system.in system.out.println please enter your age. So basically, when you have a input into like a console or something, you want to always have the computer ask for the age or tell you what to input. You don't just want to have it tell you random things. So we're gonna have a integer age equals input dot next int if age is greater than 0, so it's basically making sure that you didn't put a negative number, else you cannot be less than 0 years old. Should be greater than or equal to. You cannot be less than 0 years old. This is if they try to put in a negative number, because that's totally allowed. Let me show you that that is allowed. Let's run this one. You can put in -8 if you want. Anywho, so we're going to check if age is less than 5. System.out.println is gonna copy that. You are a smart. You can put in whatever you want here. This is what I put in my notes. Alright, I'm gonna make an else if. Now this is nesting an if statement. So whenever you have something within something else, it's called nesting. This should be or equal to, and age less than or equal to 10. Redo my, oops. Yeah, sure. I don't want to use the mouse. Okay. I hope you are enjoying elementary school. Else if age is greater than or equal to 11 and age is less than or equal to 14, without that println, middle school must be so fun. If age is greater than or equal to 15 and is less than or equal to, or and age is less than or equal to 18, spend your high school years wisely. Else if age is greater than or equal to 19 and age is less than or equal to 21, oh, okay, you may be, and this one's funny, but don't drink. Anyway, age is greater than or equal to 21. Again, you can put in whatever you want into those quotation marks. You don't have to put what I'm putting. Less than or equal to 30. Hope you are enjoying. You should have a job by this time. Anyway, this is Game Dev Club, not Philosophy Club. But age is greater than or equal to 31, and age is less than or equal to 50. Enjoy your middle ages. Else if age is greater than or equal to 51 and age is less than or equal to 80, have you considered retiring yet? Else if age is greater than or equal to 81 and age is less than or equal to 100. Hope you are enjoying your old age. And finally, an else. My notes put else if because I'm an idiot. Literally, my note says this. I have to reprint out these notes. I didn't really proofread them before printing them. But anyways, so this is done finally. So, oops, no, it's not. Input dot close. We don't want that still there, even though our program's done. All right, so you know all this. So now it pretty much takes age and checks if it's greater than or equal to 0. So if it's less than 0, if you put a negative, it'll catch you and say that's wrong. So now if age is less than 5, meaning you're 4, you're 1, 2, 3, or 4, you're very smart. You're a smart small child because they can use a computer. If age is greater than 5 and greater than or equal to 5 and less than or equal to 10, so pretty much 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Used to be in elementary school, middle school is pretty much this year, so it's greater than or equal to 11, less than or equal to 14. Greater than or equal to 15, less than or equal to 18. It pretty much just means in between these two numbers is the thing, including 15 and 18, in between 19 and 21. So you can all figure this out. So let's run this. Let's put in one for every single type of thing. So let's put in -8. You cannot be less than 0 years old. All right, let's try another one. Let's try 4. You're a smart small child. Let's try 5. I hope you're enjoying elementary school. Let's try 8. Same thing. Let's do middle school. So let's put 13. Middle school. 15. Let's put in my age. 15. I'm gonna turn 16 in December. Same thing. Let's see. Let's put in 20. You know, this actually should be less than 21. Because if you're 21, you can drink. 21. So yeah, just change that to less than. Alright, cool. Make this happen first. I hop. That's because when you do it, never mind, it didn't change anything. It's just the Eclipse console is not exactly the Java console, but in the Java console it'd work fine. It'd go take it to the next line. Anyway, so I hope you're enjoying your job. Which one have we put? Yeah, we haven't put in Middle Ages with 40. Enjoy Middle Ages. Let's put in 72. Let's put in 90 and 105 or 6. Oh, let's put in like that. For input string, what did I do? Oh, is that more than? It's on an integer. That would have been a long, but we don't need to use longs because no one can be over 1 billion years old. So yeah, that's basically that. That's all I have on input. I might come up with more and then just tell you during club, but that probably won't happen. This is just basic input. Later on we're going to be making rock, paper, scissors, but I will also need to teach you about math. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. If you have any questions, again, just leave your comments in the comment section, or email me, or see me around school, or Skype me, or you can do like a billion other things. Just make sure you get your question asked before next time so you can not be behind. So yeah, see ya.